cold out there.
Hi everybody. Everyone here is okay? Katie, if you want to kick us off.
Yes, thanks very much.
Hi Katie.
The reports that West Ham have extended Michail Antonio's contract, what's the latest on that?
Well, we've actually extended one or two contracts behind the scene, Katie, and I would agree. I would say yes, that's right. We done Michail's contract about 2 months ago, so but we've also done another couple of players, and we're going about our business quietly, doing some things behind the scenes and trying to do things correctly. So, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Are you able to just confirm how long Michail Antonio's contract is for?
Well, we've got a few more players who signed contracts as well, so we've got a few, and I'm sure the club will announce it, Katie, in at the right time.
Are you able to give us any ideas to who the other players might be?
No, because I said that's why we're changing. We're trying not to do our business in public, and we're trying to do our business in the correct fashion if we can. And no, we're getting round one or two players at different times and renewing their contracts. So. We're pleased to have Mickey done, and I'm sure the club will do something on it, Katie.
Just looking ahead to the match on Sunday then, what's the latest team news ahead of Leeds?
Like everybody else, we've got a few COVIDs. We've done very well at present with it, but I'm sure like everybody else there's one or two COVIDs around. But other than that, we look forward to the game and try to get the players and everybody ready.
And ahead of Leeds, are you going to use this as a chance to rotate and give an opportunity to others, bearing in mind you face Leeds twice in a week?
I might do. Not really sure yet what exactly we want to go. I think because the Premier League have put the game in on Wednesday night, that's changed the whole dynamics of this FA Cup tie, which is pretty disappointing. And
just finally, what do you think it's going to take to beat Leeds and go through to the fourth round of the FA Cup?
You need to play really well against Leeds. Leeds have got so many good things about them. I think the manager's done a good job over time. And every game against Leeds, as everyone's aware of, is full tilt. It's one end to the other. We need to try and make sure that when we get to their end, we score more goals than they do. So it's always a hard game against Leeds.
Thanks very much, David.
Thanks, Katie.
Thanks, Katie. Jamie from Sky Sports.
Recording in progress.
Thanks very much, Dan. Good afternoon to you, David.
Hi, Jamie.
Just to pick up on your comment to Katie there about it's disappointing, this rearranged game against Leeds. What's disappointing about it from your point of view? Because they need to be played sometime.
Yeah, just from our point of view, I think that this game could have been, we've only lost one game and it wasn't from our side, so we felt as if it could have been at a different date, but no problem, we've got it next Wednesday.
It looks as if all the FA Cup games are going to go ahead this weekend, which is great. But there obviously are still cancellations in the league, left, right and centre. Do you think some teams are abusing or bending the rules, maybe waiting until they can make some signings or waiting until players come back from the Africa Cup of Nations or whatever reason it might be?
I've no idea what any other clubs are doing, Jamie. I just know that we've got our players ready. We've been prepared to play in every game so far this season. Thankfully, at this moment in time, it could change. That we've been pretty good with COVID. We've got some COVID in the camp like everybody else, whether it be players or staff. So overall, we're trying to play the games, and if we're asked to, we'll do so.
Ralph Hasenhüttl suggested this morning that any clubs who sign players this month that obviously wouldn't have been available in December or November, therefore they should be ineligible for the rearranged fixture as well. Is that something you would go along with?
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah. So do you think some clubs maybe are trying to get games postponed, sign a few players, and then they'll be stronger for the rearranged game?
No, not necessarily. Quite often you sign players and it doesn't make you stronger, James. There's no guarantee that bringing players in make you better. So, but what I will say is that I think that it's a good point. I think that to keep things as correct as it could be, teams might use the window to strengthen. Maybe clubs who've missed 3 or 4 games might now bring a bigger squad in to try and cover for the difficulty that will with the fixtures. So that wouldn't be correct, because at the moment, we've all got to deal with the same things. We've got injuries like everybody else, and we have to deal with that.
And just on the transfer market, and I appreciate you saying you don't want to do your business publicly, you want to do it the right way. But Jesse Lingard is kind of in the same position as he was 12 months ago now, where he's obviously out of favour at Manchester United. He's a hero to West Ham fans, and we know how well it went last year. Is that a deal you would be interested in doing if it presented itself?
Well, again, I wouldn't talk about players at other clubs, Jamie, because it's wrong to do so. Jesse's a Manchester United player, and it's not for me to talk about him. But he done a brilliant job for us last year, and we really appreciate everything he done. He played great in the games. He helped us qualify for Europe last year, so we're thankful for what Jesse done.
Just one final one from me, David, and it was confirmed this week that Ed Woodward will be leaving Old Trafford at the end of the season. A lot of people feel as if you weren't treated particularly well at Manchester United. Do you have any words with him as he departs the club?
No, I don't hold any grudges. I just look back in a great time at Man United. I learnt so much in the short period of 10 months I was there. That would be the disappointing thing for me. But overall, I look back at the difficulty Manchester United have had in my time, but in other very good managers' time. So it wasn't easy, and Ed was new to the job as well. So we were both relatively new to the new position. So no, don't have any problems. It's a great football club, great traditions, and I wish them well.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you. Good luck at Sunday.
Thanks, Jamie.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Emma at BBC.
Hi, Emma.
Afternoon, David. Hello, let's talk FA Cup, shall we? First game in the FA Cup for this season. As a manager who's played in this competition so often, how do you approach the first game? Do you approach it with optimism? Do you think we can win this trophy this year?
I think in the first game you play, you go in and hope you get through. I think the more you get through, and it becomes more realistic. It's an obvious thing to say, Emma, but I think we've been given a tough first round draw. But in saying that, in the Carabao Cup we had Man United and Manchester City in those games before we get Tottenham. So we've had a real tough go in the cups. But we've done well in those games. We hope we can do well against Leeds United.
Mark Noble has spoken about growing up in a household full of West Ham fans who've spoken to him about West Ham's history in this competition, and he says it would mean a huge amount to him to finish his last season as a player with an FA Cup.
Well, it would make me smile and make me happy if we could do it as well, Emma. I've got to say, look, it's at this point everybody's probably asking all the managers the same questions. Do you want to win the FA Cup? Of course I want to win the FA Cup. I'm going to do everything I can to do that, but overall, all the other managers are answering it the same. They all want to do it as well. So the competition starts now. We've been given a real difficult draw in the first game. The good thing is that we're at home. That's the benefit, and there is no replay. So hopefully we can use London Stadium and our support to help us get over the line.
I was going to ask about that. No replays in this round or the fourth round. How do you feel about that? And as you say, it kind of gives you home advantage, doesn't it?
Well, I think it's a good thing that there is no replays, because the fixture list is what we've got at the moment. Replays would make things so difficult for many clubs. So I'm glad there isn't a replay. But again, I'm not in the Carabao Cup semi-finals, but I'm also not quite sure that they should have two-leg semi-finals either for the clubs, because it's adding on another fixture when there was opportunities to maybe get that played at a neutral venue and play out one games. But again, that's only my opinion.
Finally, from me, you've spoken in the past about your admiration for Bielsa. Can you explain what you like about him as a manager? I've
admired him for so long. I used to watch his teams when he was at Bilbao, and I remember going to Old Trafford to watch them beat Manchester United in I think it was a Champions League game or a Europa League game, and I actually, I sort of based one of my team's performances on what I'd saw watching him there. I just think that he's unique. I think there's a lot of things he does which is different, and I think the Premier League needs different styles, different managers, different systems, and I think he brings that. And I think what he brings to the Premier League is an excitement, the way they play, and I think Leeds have been a really good watch over the last 2 to 3 years.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody. Camera off now, please.